Welcome to a super duper exciting edition of Inside Media Weekly. I'm Ryan Boni. I'm joined yet again by Kevin Bastos. He's made the trip down all the way down the hall to the studio.
Random question today in class. Do you know anyone named Kevin? And I said, yes. Mr. Bastos. And they go, no, somebody else. Like somebody, and I'm like,
someone real.
I said, well, we're on a show and there's one super fan, Kevin Redford. I said, who's that? And I was like, well, you have to watch the show. You gotta.
So, Justin Pinto with the Kevin stories.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It happened an hour ago.
I have brought out the fact that I'm on TV. And kids are like, what? I said, yeah, we have a show.
Like, with production quality as high as 60 minutes, we were told once.
Like 150 episodes, you know.
I think this is 166 or 167, isn't it?
I put those links out, put them out on the old Facebook. It's trending among the 30 to 40 something.
Yes! We're number one.
On the tweeter.
Speaking of trending, hey, it's the sea otters, and they have some sort of wafer there in the middle of the water.
Look, there's an actual otter.
And there's an otter kind of sunning herself.
Exciting.
Yes.
Or himself.
Well, I think we looked up that they're all girls. They're all girl otters at the Monterey Bay.
I have not researched. I cannot add to the discussion.
I can never add to the discussion.
Well, that doesn't stop us usually.
No. Nope.
Have you seen this movie? No.
Nope.
But here's what I think about
it. Right. We've seen the Star Wars movies.
True. True.
That counts. They. I'm not sure what the little circle thing is. I was going to look up the. Here we go.
A cookie?
The sea otters' names are Abby, Ivy, Kit, Rosa, and Selka.
I don't know if I can believe there's 5. Can we believe that there's 5 sea otters in there?
I'll believe whatever you tell me.
Okay, fine. We believe it. It's on the internet. It must be true.
Yes.
I heard that. I saw that in a commercial.
What is their website? It's not like it's just random internet. It's the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
That's
website.
true. I just
run by some internet guy.
Speaking of some internet guy, can you believe Bad Boys?
I cannot believe it.
I actually could not.
I mean, runs away with the weekend.
Is it up to 60? I saw it went up like $3 million. It's up to $62 million now for the weekend.
Wow.
How do you lose $3 million in your projections?
Maybe
Sunday was word of mouth was so good. Sunday was huge for Bad Boys.
What was the budget?
$90 million. I looked up today.
Yeah.
It's good returns the first weekend.
A little bit better than some other movie that cost $75 million.
Yeah, when they came in and they were like, listen, Dr. Doolittle budget now is $175 million. I would have been like, oh no. Oh no.
That's another topic. That's in the rundown.
Doolittle.
Yeah, the Bad Boys, $62 million. That's unbelievable.
And the scary thing is they said that Bad Boys 2 had a higher budget. It was a $110 or $120 million budget. And so
it made less money, right?
17 years later, we found a way to cut the budget. Maybe Martin Lawrence isn't asking for quite so much money anymore. Well, and obviously, Michael Bay tends to blow
over the top as much. Bad Boys 2 was way over the top.
Yeah, well, Michael Bay tends to blow a lot of things up.
If you just brought that down to like a reasonable level of crazy, the price ticket would have been way less.
So obviously, 17 years passed. People are still.
And there was a decent gap between Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was
5 years.
I think it was closer to like 7 or 8 years.
Holy smokes! I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, Bad Boys is older than I think we all think it is.
I have no idea.
Bad Boys 2 was like in the late 90s.
You could have told me it was 2 years apart. I would have been like, oh, okay, sure.
Bad Boys 2 was 2003.
Wow.
If you can believe that.
I cannot believe it.
I don't.
Bad Boys was 95.
8
years.
Yeah.
You could have said 2, and I would have.
So we have an 8-year gap and a 17. We have 3 movies in 25 years.
Bad
None
Boys
of which are remakes.
It's going to be 35 years.
2053.
Apparently, they're already in talks. Bad Boys 4, naturally. Well, and I think one of the reviews that was reading said, you can try to do all these things, but you can't replace the chemistry of the 2 leads. And they mentioned Men in Black because obviously Sony's been very hit or miss so far this year with their reboots. Did really well with Bad Boys, but did not do so well with the Men in Black. But the fact that they just bring back the the original two guys. Apparently it clicks, and it's good to go.
I mean, I would like to see it. I'm not going to venture to the movie theater to see it, but
No.
Looking down the list, 1917, of course, is getting all this Oscar buzz, and then yes, Doolittle has a lot of money to make up to get to its budget numbers.
I have to say, pretty optimistic. 4,155 theaters for that film.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people were thinking Robert Downey Jr., family film.
I was
Could
not
possibly
thinking
go
that.
wrong.
I was not thinking that.
somebody said in the movie, there's a part in the movie where this guy, they get on this flying boat, and a guy jumps in the scene and goes, "I'm Jack. Welcome aboard." And then you never see or hear from him again. No one talks about him. That's the only scene he's in the whole movie.
Nice. Nice.
Yes. Where did he go? We don't know.
Perfect.
And of course, one of the other great Sony reboots, Jumanji, still 6 weeks in, making almost $10 million. The Jumanji. Next
Pretty
level,
impressive.
Which is.
Would you call the next one Jumanji 4?
Good question.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't call it that. You'd have,
The next level.
Right.
Jumanji.
Game over, something.
Star Wars with a big drop from number 2 to number 5 this past weekend, and then Little Women, Just Mercy, Knives Out still holding steady there.
That's impressive. I might have to go see Knives Out.
They said Knives Out has had in the last 6 weeks. Each of the 6 weeks has had the lowest drop for movie from week to week. Still only 23% drop.
And Little Women was only 18.
Yeah, and then Like a Boss and Frozen 2. Still
Not
in
seen
2000.
Frozen 2 either.
Still in 2,000 theaters, although it dropped 1,000 theaters.
Star Wars dropped like 1,000 theaters, didn't it?
Yeah, it says 1,200 theaters. So, and fortunately, there's really no competition coming out this weekend, which we'll get to in a second with
Bodes well for Doolittle.
so Doolittle mate. But so the big question is, I know you guys are wondering, is Bad Boys 2 going to lead to Beverly Hills Cop 4? And the reason for that is...
I don't think you're making the right connection there, but go on.
Okay, so supposedly, as this Instagram photo shows, it's Will Smith, along with Wesley Snipes, Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, and Martin Lawrence. So apparently, Coming to America 2 was filming on the set right next to Bad Boys. And they're talking, I guess Bruckheimer's already went to the two guys who directed Bad Boys for Life and started discussing about whether or not they might be interested in Beverly Hills Cop 4, which has, of course, been gestating for a while. And and Eddie was there.
You say a while. Do you mean like 27 years?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe more. Did anyone see Beverly Hills Cop 3? And the further question, do you remember any of
I
Beverly
saw it.
Hills Cop
I like
3?
3, actually.
Isn't 3 where they go to the amusement park? Isn't it where they go to Wally World? Like where
Yeah, it's not really Wally World. But
No, but right? And then like the same theme park?
Yeah. It's a wonderfly bad movie, I think.
it's bad. The wonderfully is maybe the error part of it.
I'm trying to think what the name of the...
The first and second one are entertaining and fun. The
Wonder
third
World
one-
is the name of the amusement park.
No, Wonder World. Oh, okay.
I think
And isn't it Balky Butakimus is in it from Perfect Strangers? And not as that character.
Yeah, I think.
Was he in all of them? Was he just in
No.
Beverly Hills
he
Cop
was just
3?
in 2 and 3.
Yeah,
I think.
2 and 3, I think you're
Was he
correct.
in the first one? I can't remember now.
I know this for a
Ron-
fact.
oh,
I
yeah.
know I've seen Beverly Hills Cop 3. I'm not sure I've ever seen Beverly Hills Cop 1, which seems like backwards. Well, I mean, it came out at a time in my when it
You
came
were
out in like the 80s.
And
I was like 3.
Yeah.
So
The first one's great. The second one's pretty good, and the third one is
Fun. It's not a great movie.
not a great movie. We've gone from wonderfully bad to not a great.
Well, the problem
in a
is
span
the
of
music
30
got bad,
seconds.
and the acting got bad, the plot got bad. But
well,
other than that,
other than that,
Outside of those three things, and the special effects are also not very good.
other than that,
I believe there's a Cylon in it.
he saves a kid on a Ferris wheel, right?
I don't remember.
And it's a really bad looking green screen.
There's a lot of really bad special effects in it.
Speaking of really bad special effects, so is it going to happen? Beverly Hills Cop 4 's
I think 4 depends on the success of Coming to America 2.
Okay.
You have Coming to America 2 successful, then it's going to happen. It has nothing to do with Bad Boys.
Then Eddie's
nothing.
back. So then,
I think he has a chance of coming back. I mean, he made some. Anyone see Pluto Nash?
Don't think so.
Oh, you'd remember.
I remember the movie. I don't remember. I don't think I saw it.
Oh, you'd remember. That movie's awful.
speaking of awful, all right.
Oh, poor
There is
Robert
a-
Downey.
We don't know for sure. We haven't seen it. We might love it. It could be wonderfully bad, like Beverly Hills Cop 3.
So Doolittle, they're talking $100 million in box office losses. I think we looked up last show that Robert Downey Jr. is getting $20 million, but he also has a percentage of the box office tied into his contract. So if it loses money, does he have to pay?
No, if it's the percentage of the box office.
Oh, it's true. It's
no.
not of the profit.
Yes. Yeah. If you got a percentage of the profits, you will never see a dime.
Yeah.
Never a dime.
So Doolittle 2, not going to happen, we're thinking. Or it'll be direct to video, and it'll be someone who looks kind of like Robert Downey Jr., but isn't quite him. Some, third or fourth rate actor.
I don't think they're even going to go that far.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of course, I guess direct to video is not really a thing much anymore.
No, direct to Netflix or
Right.
direct to.
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
There's like 7 streaming networks now, right?
There's a lot. Probably more than 7.
Apple.
Netf-
Apple TV, I'm finally starting to hear buzz about.
You got Apple. You got Netflix.
They just
You got Hulu. You got
Amazon
Disney
Prime.
Plus. Amazon Prime. Peacock coming. HBO Max or whatever they're calling it.
7.
And then I don't know if you count ESPN Plus.
I don't know.
They do have some original content, but it's
It's
more
like 30
like
for 30, I'm sure. Something
it's
along
stuff
those
like that.
lines.
Yeah. But if you have Disney Plus and Hulu, you get it for free, technically, kind
Yeah.
of.
Okay.
Or the other way, you buy 2 of the 3.
Are you moving there already?
Where's this?
To the SAG Awards?
Yeah.
What was that? There's something else you wanted to add about Doolittle? I don't want to.
No. Something else about a movie I haven't watched. No. I think
So
I'm
let's
okay.
talk about the SAG Awards, the most important awards ceremony that happened that day.
Yes. There were a lot of people still there, still looking for those votes.
Okay, I got a question. I don't. Do they stop? When does the Academy of voting stop? Is it an ongoing thing? Because people make it sound like, well, because it won here, then that's going to influence.
I think there's a deadline. I
Well,
know
don't
when it
don't
is.
they put out the ballots and get the nominees and then put out the ballots to vote on the 5 finalists? Am I totally
don't
making
know.
that up?
That sounds
Don't know.
probably right.
I thought they
idea.
said vote for what you want, and they take the top X, like 5 or 8 or 10 in Best Picture, and then they resend out the ballots and say, now who do you want to vote for? Out of these, pick your best.
I would assume, but I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to investigate that.
This was cool. Did you watch the SAGs at
I
all or
did
read
not.
anything about them?
Was this yesterday? Was it Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
No.
That was weird. The Parasite winning the best performance by a cast. Do you know what Parasite is?
I know it's a movie.
Foreign language film. And it won the SAG for Best Cast in a Motion Picture. And the guy came out and he was he had a translator with him. So he'd make a statement and the translator restated it, translate. It was, again, an efficient speech, minute and a half or something, but up against all of these other big type films, Parasite won.
I know it's not
Cool
for Best
idea.
Picture, isn't it?
It is. Well, and I'm curious too. Of course, 1917 was not even up for best ensemble for.
Well, it doesn't strike me as like the ensemble cast is what makes 1917 a great. You know what I mean? Like, but
But there's really no other award. I mean, that
it's
to
like
them,
their Best Picture
Yeah.
kind of, but it's not just the Best Picture per se, but it is often compared to the Best Picture of the Academy Awards.
It should be the acting only, not the movie.
Correct.
So when you get into the film categories, I mean, pretty much it's mirrored most of everything that's happened so far. Joaquin Phoenix, outstanding performance from a male actor, leading role. Renee Zellweger for female actor, and Judy. Parasite. Oh, where were the other? Sorry, I missed where these. Supporting. I'm sorry. Where are the supportings? Laura Dern, Marriage Story, and not Joaquin Phoenix.
He's everywhere.
Gosh, Brad Pitt. Struggling with the reading. Brad Pitt for supporting actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So those have been the four that have kind of been winning pretty much all the awards. I mean, I assume that unless there's going to be some crazy upset in the Oscars, that those four might be.
They're probably the favorites.
Sure. I thought this was a big surprise and kind of interesting to see that happen.
Interesting, though, for the outstanding performance by cast and motion picture, 4 of the 5 movies are up for Best Picture. That's Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite, and then also Bombshell is in there, which some people believe should have had a nomination, but did not get one.
Son of a...
Sorry to hear about that.
So in preparation for these, I did watch a couple
Yes.
Best Picture nominees. The Irishman I did see. Well, actually, I watched American Factory first, which is up for Best Documentary, and it was okay. It was really well done, but sometimes I feel like watching some of these documentaries that they had an idea what was going to happen, and then something altered, and then so the ending just kind of looks like it's cobbled together. I feel like that's the way with this. Basically, the story is very interesting. It's about a car manufacturer, or car plant that shuts down in Dayton, Ohio, and then like a decade later, a Chinese company comes in and it's going to open up they make auto glass, and basically it's a clash of the Chinese and American workforce and stuff, Chinese management, American workforce, and how that kind of works. But then the end just kind of, I don't know.
Dude, they said that the article Doolittle said they had a movie, and then they said it's not funny enough. Add some funny scenes, and now it doesn't mesh. They said in the article.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it. Although things I did not expect to read today, Constipated Dragon was in that article about Doolittle.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh.
You'll have to see the movie to find out more.
No, I'll pass.
I don't know.
I'll trust you. I'm good.
Irishman was good. Very long.
I
I
know.
mean, way too long. I don't know if either of you have watched it
No.
yet.
No.
Did you watch?
I have not, but it's going to be like, if I watch it, it's going to be like, let's watch an hour, and then we can come back tomorrow. Because it's like 3+, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over 3.5. It's it's good.
I can't even watch a football game all the way through anymore.
I was going to say, if I'm getting 3.5 hours of something consecutive uninterrupted, I'm hoping it's sleep. Because at that point, like a movie, that ain't happening.
Super Bowl, maybe?
That'll probably be interrupted to some degree. But
Okay.
good news, you can pause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say there's a good 90 minutes you could easily cut out of this movie. And my big thing is, people have been talking about Netflix as, directors and stuff like that say Netflix is amazing because you pitch them the idea, they say how much money you need, you're like, 150 million, they give it to you, and you come back with a movie at the end as opposed to a normal studio where they keep on you. And I feel like Marty was just kind of like, I can make this as long as I want.
They're not going to ask
Nobody's
me
gonna care.
anything. It's Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, you're not going to.
But it feels very familiar. That's my thing. It's cool that he uses these same actors over and over again. To see De Niro and to see Joe Pesci and Al Pacino and stuff like that. But then I feel like, did I see that in another movie? Is that?
Wait a second.
It feels like
I watched this movie 32 years ago
I feel like I've seen
under a different name.
a cool opening shot. There's lots of.
How many Joe Pesci gangster movies are there? How many De Niro gangster movies
Is
are
Pesci,
there?
is Pesci in Goodfellas?
Yes.
He's in Casino.
Yes. That's why I'm like,
That's just off the top of my head.
I will say
He's
Ray
in Home Alone.
Romano is the attorney in it. Very good. I have a feeling he's going to be in every Scorsese movie from now on. Like he's already got that kind of, I don't know, just the look and sound of a Scorsese type of actor. So I thought it was decent. It's one of those ones I don't plan on ever watching again. Not only for the length, it's just
be a quarter of your day spent watching The Irishman.
and then and of course, like typical Scorsese, there's just a lot of talking. There's a lot of what's nice is it's not like prolonged violence, but it's always a lot of his, especially his more recent movies. There's a lot of very quick, surprising type of violence. Someone gets a shot, and you're like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that to happen at all." Kind of stuff. That's okay. But then I went and watched Joker, which of course Todd Phillips was trying to base on Scorsese. Like Taxi Driver, those kind of things. And I know both of you already saw Joker, and it's been a while, but for both of you. But I thought it was, phenomenal. Especially after Irishman, where I was kind of like starting to get bored, and I didn't really care what was going to happen. Whereas I was on the edge of my seat basically the whole time watching Joker, kind of waiting to see what was going to happen next. And Joaquin Phoenix was just outstanding. Incredible, of course. As obvious with all these nominations and stuff and wins he's been getting.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah, and I like that the Joker is, and I don't know a whole lot about his history.
No one does.
No one
I
really
said
does,
going
yeah.
in that I didn't particularly care, but what I love about his supposed history is that it's, he kind of either makes stuff up or, he I saw, I guess in one of the comics he says he prefers his history to be multiple choice, and I thought that's such a great line. It's like, so it's great that it gave the director, the ability to basically do whatever they kind of wanted with this story, and you can't say that's wrong because
now that you've seen, like he kind of like, you could, if you want, unwind the whole movie and make it not even happen, because there's that whole thing where you think he has a love interest, and then they go back to all those scenes and show that you imagine the whole thing, and then at the end he's in Arkham. He could have been in there the whole time. Like it could have just all been.
Sure.
I mean, the whole idea could just all have been fake.
And I love that they didn't. He showed one scene. I guess he was going to show. I read that afterwards. I read a bunch that they were going to shoot a scene with his mom watching him on the Murray show, which would have showed you that death didn't really happen. But he left that out. I like that he just kind of left it all to your imagination. Instead of, obviously there was that one scene that's blatantly obvious that he was making stuff up, but the rest is kind of like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, you just don't. I mean, you just don't know. There's a fine line of. I mean, we've had what now? Like 3 Joker movies, really, like Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, and this one, and they're all different. Like the origin of what happened is different in every movie.
Not counting Jared Leto's.
Oh, jeez, I forgot about that one. Oh,
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad 2 coming.
And Suicide Squad 2.
Yes, and Birds of Prey come soon.
Yeah, I know.
To a theater near you.
Ooh, many theaters.
Speaking of coming to a theater near you, can you believe it? The Rock is finally coming to Netflix.
Yes.
Filming has begun on Red Notice.
How does he film all these movies?
The man does not take a break. Gosh. And what's incredible is
his addiction is work.
It's big enough deal that it's The Rock, and we always talked about how he's the savior of the movie. But then he gets quite possibly one of the most popular actors on the planet right now, in Ryan Reynolds, and one of the most popular actresses in the world, in Gal Gadot, to be in this movie with him. I mean, there's no way this movie can fail.
Watch it be terrible.
Is it going to the theaters or is it on Netflix only?
They always put in a couple, just to hedge their bets.
Just in case it needs a little Oscar.
Right.
Christmas Day, one-day viewing. It's in 4 theaters. Enjoy.
Right.
See you later.
We're Netflix. We do what we want.
I mean, he did give a little bit of.
I thought he was filming Black Adam next.
In the day.
After Red Notice, Johnson moves directly into shooting his big DC Comics debut, Black Adam, which starts production in July. So he's squeezing it in. These couple months here.
I don't know how the dude. I mean, I'm tired just watching his Instagram, Twitter feed.
Oh no, I'm not. No.
I'm
tired not watching it.
It's a lot of flying. It's a lot of. What time zone are we in?
Doesn't matter.
Land. Let's go to my Iron Paradise. I got my tent to traveling weights. Yikes.
The Rock. And of course, The Rock's father just passed away. We should take note just this past week, right?
Yeah, within the week, I think.
WWE star when it was WWF.
I think it was even something else when he started.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was even like more of the regional
world-class wrestling.
Like, I mean, there was how many different regions of it. You know what I mean? It used to be
still
wherever you went to the country, it was like a small little circle. And didn't Vince start to like pick them together to form the whole big WWF, correct? Before the World Animal File, what is it? Worldwide Foundation.
Yep.
Sued him.
Yep.
The Collider article does mention Netflix reportedly hopes to launch a franchise with Red Notice, and honestly, what studio wouldn't want a film series headed by Johnson, Gadot, and Reynolds in one?
Smart. Smart.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say the world's most, but she no longer is the most popular. I thought you were going to say the Peloton girl. But that is kind of like that was like 3 weeks ago. News. Yeah.
You're going to have to wait till 2021, by the way.
No,
hey!
2021.
I'm all over the place. I like taking a text for 3 days, and now it's gone crazy.
Now that you're back at work.
Right.
Kevin,
on a show.
Kevin, where have you been?
So apparently, I had no idea Tom Hanks and Henry Winkler have been feuding about Turner and Hooch for 30 years. Can you believe it?
That's a grudge to hold.
Why is anybody mad about Turner and Hooch?
I am still fighting over Joe versus the volcano. I am still really angry about Home Alone 4.
Well, they made it.
Did they make a fourth?
Yes.
Okay.
So apparently, and I don't even think he looks like. Is this the article? I'm sorry, that has him.
It definitely looks like the Fonz.
So, Tom Hanks, of course, got the Cecil B. DeMille Award. So it covered his whole history, and then as they showed a couple scenes of just about every movie he's in, they showed Turner and Hooch, and apparently Henry Winkler's reaction was this, and I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily.
Someone is like really splicing the video together.
Hates Tom. There he is, the Fonz.
What is? I did see that Big has its own Funko Pops now. And toys like 30 years too late.
Oh my Lanta.
Big is toys.
But apparently, previously Henry Winkler has said certain quotes as such as, "Let's just say I got along better with Hooch than I did with Turner."
Wow.
Well,
Again, going out.
So not everybody likes Tom Hanks.
The
Man's
film
best
is
friend.
Turner and Hooch. Okay. No offense. No, maybe plenty of offense taken.
We're almost out of time here. A couple other quick stories. I just like this headline. Cats may be weird, but Taylor Swift has no complaints about it.
perfect. Good for you, Taylor.
So she's happy.
I've got to see that movie. Got to.
I don't know if I can do it.
I don't think I can. That might be why I want to see it.
Will it beat you or will it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will. It'll destroy me. It will destroy me.
And then M. Night Shyamalan says he uses bathroom break
I read
tests
this article.
to judge the quality of his movies, which I thought is nice. So I guess
Smart, man.
Each cut he shows, and he counts how many people get up and go to the bathroom while the movie's playing. And then he cuts it, the more he cuts it down, he feels like less bathroom breaks.
Smart.
So big weekend in movies.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
what is
The
this?
Turning, which is yet another one of those haunted
Conjuring,
house. We'll bring in a new
Hill
nanny.
House.
The kids are a little crazy. There's bad things have happened, and then the last few shots show this hand crawling around. And I thought, well, then we already had disembodied hands.
Yeah, I think it was called The Hand.
I was going to call it
Michael
Adams.
Caine was in it in
Yeah.
1985 or
Oliver
whatever.
Stone
Adams
movie, I
Family?
believe. Adams Family.
Yes.
And then The Gentleman as well, which looks, exceedingly.
I've heard you can't see the hand anywhere. Can't buy it on Blu-ray. Can't get a DVD of it.
It's terrible.
I know. Kids, you're missing out. Not missing out.
So we'll have to check in and see if one of these movies happens to be able to
No.
take the top spot from Bad Boys. On the next exciting edition of Inside Media Weekly, thanks for joining us.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
Although The Gentleman feels like